Hi, it's Emma Ashton from Reality Ravings, and some of my readers will think I finally gotten lucky and dragged a young boy into my lair. That's not the case. This is Anthony, my new
Hi.
intern on Reality Ravings, and you might have seen some of his blog posts. Look, we've been discussing Big Brother rather a lot, and obviously the auditions have now kicked off. If you want to apply, go to the official Channel 9 website. It's got a two-page form there that you fill out, but also you've got to go to an open casting call, which kicks off in Perth from the 14th of April, and it's going around Australia, finishing up in Melbourne, I think the 6th of May. What we have been discussing is, what we want to see on the show. We're both fans. I was an early fan. I fell out after, I think, season 4. Anthony's much more of a savant on this. I think he stuck through the whole 8 seasons. One of my big things has been diversity of casting, be it socio-economic, age and cultural diversity. My campaign at the moment is Big Brother Beyond the Bogan. Anthony's done some research when it first was announced about, who has been cast in the last 8 seasons, and I think he found some interesting sort of results. What did you
So
find?
I went through the whole 8 seasons of Housemates, and you basically find less than 5 Asian housemates and only 1 Indigenous Australian, and generally it has been really white. So, and not enough older housemates either.
That's right. What was your view on the later seasons, which I think was when the ratings were falling and they were trying the quick fixes? Did you find that the casting was just skewed to the younger sort of side, the kids in their early 20s?
I think they started wanting to tick boxes and have characters, not so much ordinary people that can drive conversations and make interesting television, which I think was a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the things that I really love about the show, and obviously Survivor, is the strategic alliances that form, and that have to, because the voting is, you get nominated by your housemates, and it's normally around 3. You were saying it can be more than that, and then the public then vote, and that was the voting system. But you were also saying that changed in the later seasons. What happened?
Yeah, in the very last season, in 2008, they actually had the viewers nominate. So we would call up or SMS in housemates that we disliked. And in the end, the housemates would be the ones evicting. So 2 points to this person, 1 point to this person. But that didn't last very long.
But how did that mix it up? Did that put more stress on the housemates? Or were they surprised about
They were surprised.
who was being nominated? Because they obviously, when you're in the house, you don't know how you're being edited. You're 24 hours, you might not get on any screen at all, or you might make up 50% of that episode, depending what you're doing on the day. Classic examples, I think Johnny Cass, I might got the last name wrong, season 1 was very surprised how negatively he was edited, as the kind of the villain and seen as being manipulating other housemates. And as soon as he was nominated by the housemates, which was quite later on in the season, he was, voted out with a really high percentage. Did that happen in the later seasons at all?
What do you mean?
Well, in regards to voting, was there any characters on the show that were really badly edited, so when they came up for elimination they were cast out?
Oh, definitely, because I'm sure the camera picks up when people make comments and say outrageous things. So when you watch a half-hour show that's condensing so much time and footage, you do only see those bits, so it can really affect what we think of them.
Now, one of the things, we're talking about diversity of ethnicity. Now, I think the other thing we need to discuss is diversity of personality. Now, what was 12 to 14 housemates that go in? You don't want 12 or 14 boisterous people, do you?
No. Well, even if you try to find 12 to 14 boisterous people, I think in that sort of environment, in that sort of environment, people will tend to become quiet, and it could even be a strategic move to go under the radar for some people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got to make sure you're under the radar for a while, but you've got to pop out of there after a while, because the other thing that viewers don't like, and you will get voted off if you're boring.
Yeah.
Normally, first few weeks, the loud ones will go, but after a while, people will just kick the boring ones off. So be careful if you do get on the show. Think about your strategy on that one. But also, too, I mean, I find a lot of outgoing and outrageous and extrovert sort of people, I think, can make not great viewing. I think you need sort of the normal people, like people that'll just sit down and have conversations. So to me, that was always the highlight: the interesting conversations and the manipulation of other people on the show.
I think if you actually have a look of the list of winners, they're actually the ones that seem really genuine and not so outrageous. They're the ones that we relate to, the ones that we root for because they're honest, ordinary people. Like Reggie, Trevor, Alicia, they're not so much outrageous. And even Terry in last season, she's a 52-year-old grandmother and she managed to win Big Brother.
So do you think that they go more for the girl or boy next door, or even the ones that they think might deserve it a bit more, like the ones, you know, Reggie was from fish and chip shop in Tasmania, and the grandmother, what was her name? Terry worked at Woolworths or one of the Coles, like a supermarket. So does the public vote on a sympathy value? And I think one of the couple of the first two winners had some sort of, not sob story, but one had a father die and another one was ill. I'm not sure. Look, don't quote me on that one. I really need to do my research more. But yeah, a good kind of sad backstory does tend to keep you in. Anyway, I think we'll cut it off there at the moment, but we just wanted to introduce Anthony. We're going to try and do more vlogs. We're experimenting on this. We'll see how it goes. Give us your feedback, whether you want more vlogs or whether you don't. Thanks.
Bye.